Anthony Slater here with Eric Horn inside the Peak after what was maybe the best basketball game, sporting event I've ever seen. We're standing right here about, I don't know, what would you say, 35, 40 feet away?
About where Steph Curry ended the game.
Well, basically, I mean, but I'm saying we're about, what, 35, 40 feet from the hoop?
It's 35, 40 in that range.
Splashed it from right here. It's 12-3 of the game, which tied an NBA record. In overtime to complete a 121-118 Warrior win. I mean, where do you start with this game? I mean, I guess it's with Steph Curry.
You start with Steph Curry. I mean, these guys after the game sometimes they say players make shots when they lose a lot. And look, let's give it up to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson tonight because the Thunder actually had a really good defensive performance coming off of that bad performance against the Pelicans a couple nights ago. I mean, Andre Robertson was great. Serge Ibaka had a great defensive game. And Steph Curry came out and set a record.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was the reason why they won. And I do think the Thunder played great in a lot of ways. As you mentioned, Ibaka, all the other guys. Westbrook was great. You really can't find a bad Thunder performance if you go down the list. But I think that the issue, 23 turnovers tonight, and the biggest issue, 1 turnover tonight. It was the one late in regulation. They should have won this game. They're up 4 with 11 seconds left. Klay Thompson hits a layup to cut it to 2. They inbound it to Kevin Durant. He's trapped. The Warriors don't foul. Billy Donovan doesn't call a timeout even though it's right in front of the Thunder bench. Durant kind of panics, heaves it at half court. This wild sequence where the ball's kind of rattling around. The Warriors get it. Iguodala gets fouled as time runs out, hits 2 free throws. That's what sends it to overtime. And that's also Kevin Durant's 5th foul. Then he fouls out early in overtime. That's why they lost.
That entire bumbling sequence is basically led to the Thunder losing because if they have Kevin Durant for the majority of overtime, he didn't play like the final 4 minutes of overtime. So if you got Kevin Durant on the floor who finished with 37 points, that's a big player in your favor in overtime, and he didn't get to see the rest of
it. But in a funny sense, I thought the Thunder kind of really made up for it. I mean, Andre Robertson had 2 buckets. In overtime. Ibaka was, ripping offensive rebounds. Westbrook was great. I mean, he was setting people up. They were trapping him. He was still finding ways to score. But what it came down to is Steph Curry can hit shots from where I'm standing, and that's very far away from the basket right now. But guess what? We get another one. Thunder Warriors Thursday night in Oakland. I'm very interested to see how the Thunder respond to that.
It'll be a good game, I mean, I had a feeling.
Maybe. I mean, one thing you got to remember with it is a back-to-back, the back end of it, and they played the Clippers in L.A. the night before, and this game tonight had to drain.
Yeah, it may have, and then you got to understand that, like, the Warriors' resolve. I mean, they were coming off the end of a road trip too themselves, and they come out here and they play the Thunder into overtime. I mean,
yeah, and not to mention Steph Curry looked like he went down with like a bad ankle sprain, maybe second quarter. And then he hit probably 10 of his 12 threes after that.
Then you got ESPN saying that Draymond Green is in the locker room popping off at halftime, and he comes out and has 14 dimes and 14 rebounds.
You see his line tonight?
14, 2 points.
14, 6, and 4.
Yeah, the 2 points were irrelevant because he did everything else on the court that you needed to do. Great performance by a lot of guys.
We could probably talk for about 15 minutes. We could podcast this if we want, but we won't. We'll go to some of the post-game sound bites after this wild game in OKC. When Kevin's trapped in the corner, why no timeout? And then when he lobs it over and everything.
Yeah, well, we had one timeout. I think there was 15 seconds to go in the game. My feeling was there was a possibility we were going to have to maybe call a timeout, especially if they fouled us and we made free throws and they called timeout and scored. So I just basically told the guys, we have one timeout. If we can't get it in quickly to either Kevin or Russell, go ahead and take it. I probably should have helped Kevin there when it came in bounds. I think maybe he was waiting for a foul. Maybe I could have jumped in there and helped him there a little bit. But even with all that being said, the ball kind of got thrown away. I think Draymond Green saved it. And, give Iguodala credit. He made a couple tough free throws, there at the end of there. But it was one of those things where I gave those guys the option saying, hey, listen, we got one timeout. If we can inbound it quickly, go ahead and do it. And, again, Kevin had the ball, they trapped him, and maybe I could have come down there at that point and helped him out a little bit.
Billy, it seems
like... Did you know that last shot was going in?
I hope it did. We got a good rhythm dribbling up and found a spot to take off from. I had confidence all night. Thankfully, that last one went in, we had opportunity to win the game.
Probably the grittiest win you guys have had all season for a team, right?
Yeah, all things considered. End of a road trip against a great team at home, and the way the first half kind of went, some injuries, and just found a way. Everybody contributed. just we think about all the things that had to go our way down the stretch, and the things that we had a hand in forcing our way. It's just a great win. The card stacked against us with that deficit in the last 2 minutes basically. I could go down the list. Play making huge buckets when they've gone cold a little bit and found a way to hit a huge three and get a layup. The steal he made, Draymond's effort to collect it, Andre's wherewithal to be under control with 2 seconds left and draw a foul, and then he makes 2 free throws. Just a all-around, you can call it a gritty win.
What went through your mind with the ankle, and then also how do you feel right now?
Anytime it's my ankles, I feel that same kind of sensation that I had back in the day.
So deep, and yet he made it look so easy at such a clutch time.
When he pulled up, he looked like whatever, like it's going in. When he pulled up, I'm like, all right, I know this was going in. But even to expect, to think he's going to make it, like, what was that, 40 feet? Like, it's absurd.
What's going through your mind when he pulled up?
Why are you shooting this from this deep? It's like 3 seconds left. He's just like, I don't know. Even actually,
We saw Salters reported that you could hear you screaming during halftime about "I'm not a robot" and wanting to shoot. Is that more or less what happened? And is that
nah, how many shots I taken in the second half?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, me either. I know I took 1 jump shot, a couple layups.
4.
Yeah. So what goes on in here stays in here. Clearly never been a guy who cared about shots, pass up shots, over shots. But we know what goes on between our team. We know what sparks this team. We know what this team do, but what goes on in this locker room stays on.
Would it be fair to say that with Steve?
They didn't get a lot in the paint, but they, Steph Curry come down, shoot him, see court half court, still try threes. Got a little bit of that. He made 12 and 16 from the 3. And all of them outside games, all of them were tough. So, yeah, we still had a chance to win.
Is it tough to get in your mindset that a guy will shoot the ball as far as he? I mean, I know dude, but just the fact you don't face people that will shoot it that far.
That's what he do. That's what he do.
Oh, so how tough was them to have to be able to go to overtime without you in the game?
I mean, we had the game, we was up 5, up 3. We got a good shot at the end, we just missed, and then he hit that big 3. So, obviously if I was in the game, I felt it would be different, but I fouled. I shouldn't. I can't touch it. Steph Curry goes to the rim like that, so they called the foul.
Is it difficult to take positives away from this and move forward?
Yeah, I always want to win. I mean, more victories for young teams. So, we just get better from it and worry about the next game.
You have to like your defense better, though?
Yeah, it was
overall?
cool. They hit tough shots on us all night, They hit tough shots on us all night. They felt us, so, yeah, our defense was better.
Y'all didn't have Andre in the first meeting. Did you see the noticeable difference he made this time around?
I just think overall we all played better, always. Great to have Dre back. His defense was good, but overall we just stepped our level of play up. But it wasn't enough tonight.
Got one more matchup with them in the regular season. What needs to be different for y'all to be able to pull out a win?
Well, we can't. We gotta keep touching those threes and limited the other guys. I think we did a good job. Last game, Spates and Barnes killed us, and tonight they didn't. So, there are 2 guys. They got, we got half from the 3.
You let this one go easy, and that's 1 of 82, but a highly contested game. Can you let this one go? Move on to Sacramento easy, you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and enjoy me a nice meal and a nice glass of wine, and I'll be straight.
Without Kevin, you guys still seem to execute. Obviously, a couple shots didn't fall late, but what did you see in the overtime period?
I thought we moved basketball, man. Got some basket in the paint. Did a great job with running off stuff. But defensively, we had a few mistakes towards the end of the game.
23 turnovers tonight, 22 in regulation, including that one right at the end. Just how big were those?
I mean, I wouldn't say, they were huge. But, sometimes it happens like that. We were doing a good job of taking care of the basketball tonight. We got a few slip-ups.
They were able to convert some and ones. I know the one big one there at the end. Can you just talk about the one that Clay was able to get toward the end in your foul?
I'm not sure. I have to look at it and see what happened.
Plus, they didn't seem to get into the paint during regulation, the driving dish threes. Why were you guys able to keep them off?
A good job of keeping them in front of us. They made some tough shots.
With the entertainment value of the game and it kind of being a disappointing loss, is it difficult to move on from this one, or is it just one of 82?
No, you got to play Monday. It's how it is. We play them again on Wednesday, whatever day,
Is it when you got a guy like Steph Curry, when you know he shoots some shots that most people in the league won't shoot, is that still tough to get in your mindset that when he crosses midcourt to crowd him, because he shoots some shots that are just...
he made some tough shots.
Anybody else for us?